Ladies and gentlemen, from Gleason Gym, we just saw a little bit of a training, hard workout of Richard. Coach, tell us, how is Richard now getting ready for?
He's already ready.
For this
If
upcoming
the fight
fight.
was tomorrow, we can go tomorrow. You saw me. He's a specimen. He's ready to go, and that's it.
I can see that he's been working so hard. He looks so in shape. And not to say anything wrong from every fighter, but I feel like they're ducking him. Do they see something special in Richard? That's one of the reasons that they ducking him?
I'm sure they do. He's becoming a full package. He's becoming a full package. His fundamentals in boxing, his IQ in boxing, his intellect, in the ring, is turning him into a full-fledged fighter. Right now he's in his progress.
Hey.
So the best is yet to come.
Exactly. I mean, eventually, now I can tell that, as you mentioned, if he's ready to fight tomorrow, he will take that fight. Hopefully he comes, successfully against Kambosos. I'm not saying that Kambosos is not coming.
Hopefully, and factually, it's going to be a fact. He is going to.
There you go.
Become victorious in that fight.
Awesome. I mean, there are more fights ahead that I'm pretty sure he's ready to face anybody. One of the names right there, Teofimo Lopez. I know he's entertaining. I know he has a character sometimes like that. Would he make a great fight between Richard and Teofimo?
I think so. In fact, I think that might be maybe 1 or 2 fights away. And I say that because Teofimo allegedly was supposed to fight, or he was talking about fighting Bruce Ennis. That fell off, which I think that he would have never even been successful in that fight because Bruce had so much artillery, height, reach, reflexes, so forth and so on. So now it was supposed to be Devin Haney and Teofimo. Now that fell through. So what's next?
That's a good question because eventually also we can see now Pacquiao is coming from retirement. He's gonna fight Mario Barrios. Does Manny Pacquiao see something in this fighters now from this era that he can come back and defeat all of them, or
perhaps? I mean, you have fighters who retired and came back, and some of them were successful. Some of them was successful on the return, and some of them wasn't.
Hey, I'm pretty sure everything is gonna come out, successfully as you mentioned, because we want to see, greatness on Richard Hitchins, and eventually the future is bright. Getting ready for make this performance against George Kambosos.
Right.
I cannot leave this interview without asking. I know upcoming fight, July 11, historical. Jake Paul. Betting for all these women, making history in women's boxing, putting the great show. Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, the whole card. It's women's. What's your thoughts when you see
on
something?
Jake Paul, I'm not into Jake Paul. I mean, he's not he got a lot of money. He can get his own fights and set things up like that. But I don't look at Jake Paul as a fighter like I look at all the other professional fighters that's really, doing the damn thing. You know what I mean?
Can we give the credit in order that he built up, a card like that for women's boxing, supporting them?
Oh, well, that's 100%. That goes without saying. I respect that in light of, how women boxing was going. So yes, I think I tip my hat to him. I think it's a wonderful job. I think it's a great job. It gives women boxing some notoriety, and they get the chance to make the same kind of money that the guys make. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Hey,
Kudos to Jake Paul.
Making wise movements, and then I bet you that everything is coming, in order that he would support women's boxing. And I've been interviewing a lot of women in boxing, and they say, that's the man that they needed for support women's boxing. And congrats to Jake Paul. What's your thoughts when it comes to Jake Paul now fighting Julio Cesar Chavez Jr?
I mean, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. retired. And when he was boxing, he was lazy. He was a lazy fighter. He didn't want to do certain things, you know, to represent his father's name, so to speak, or to keep the legacy alive, if you will. Him coming out of retirement to fight Jake Paul, it's just about the money. It ain't a damn thing funny. That's all it is.
We'll see what outcome will be. But first thing first, we gotta tune in and George Kambosos, Richard Hitchins, and we'll see what outcome. But you just mentioned you guys want to come out victorious, so wish you nothing but the best. Any message that you would like to share with the fight fans and everyone? Invite them to
June 14th, Madison Square Garden, Richardson Hitchins versus George Kambosos. Be there or be square. This is not a fight that you don't want to miss.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, with us, Coach in camp. Thank you.